Absolute nonsense. Anybody that deals with a government that acts like this should never be awarded a contract. I don't care who you are. Hey, what's up guys? LegalBro here today. We're breaking into a new topic area, but one that I'm passionate about: military families and how some companies are not fulfilling their government contract. Mold at a military base's housing.
Tonight, more military families are coming forward claiming their military housing was unsafe with mold. The attorney for one family tells our Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusin while protecting their country, they had to worry about the safety of their family.
When you've got 3 boys under the age of 8 and a dog, living in an RV can be a tight fit.
I'm embarrassed for you to see that room.
But for the Huffmans, it's home. This isn't their dream home, but for now, a place where they can feel safe. The Huffmans moved to San Diego back in 2016. Matt's a staff sergeant in the Marines.
We were nervous first coming out here, you know, the change in the cost of living and everything, and so we decided to go with base housing.
That's April Huffman, or to these 3 boys, Mom. She says at the end of 2018, they moved into this community in the Tierra Santa area, run by the private government contractor Lincoln Military Housing. According to the lawsuit the family filed against San Diego Family Housing and Lincoln Military Property Management, the Huffmans discovered multiple defects and problems with the home. April says within a week of moving in, 2 of her boys got sick.
These 2 just started having like a really bad cold or something coming on.
And remember folks, it looks like this type of military contractor likely has at least that contract for that base, possibly even more. So when you have one family that rents a townhouse or a condo or a house from one type of company, right, that holds this government contract, there is a likelihood that there are other units, right? And why? Because the company that has the government contract may not be responding to claims, may not be doing what they need to do to keep up with the properties. What are they doing? They're trying to maximize the amount of money they make on a contract. That's why it's so important. If you are a military family that's been scammed with a timeshare, a loan, anybody that's dealing with any government contractor, it's so important to talk to a lawyer because of the fact that if the government is not getting the bang for the buck that they were promised by this company, or this company is cutting corners, they may be in violation of their government contract, which would mean that the entire contract may be void.
And for one of her boys, things got much worse. Logan had trouble breathing, a sight his dad could barely handle.
Sitting there watching him in the hospital bed, struggling to breathe, and having a hard time reacting to the medication and stuff they're doing.
With no answers, the family says they called in a company to run air tests and swabs.
It came back with several different toxic molds.
April says they contacted Lincoln to let them know, but things didn't go smoothly.
It took us demanding and getting his command involved to get them to displace us so that we could leave the home.
Don't you love that, folks? You can't even make a complaint just as a normal consumer. What do you have to do? You have to get your own command involved and be like, hey, yeah, our kids are sick. I know this is instead you're like, yeah, hey, I know this is a personal issue, but yeah, our kids are sick and we've tried to talk to our landlord who doesn't respond to us. So we're going to have to get the command to reach out before they take us seriously. Absolute nonsense. Anybody that deals with a government that acts like this should never be awarded a contract. I don't care who you are.
So we did. We left the home and then we went and lived in a hotel for about 3 months.
The company eventually pulled different parts of the house apart. Matt says these pictures show what they found and what his family was living in. The Huffmans' lawsuit claims there was microbial growth and contamination inside the home, visible microbial growth in the kitchen and bathroom, and odor throughout the interior living spaces, and elevated moisture levels.
This family was exposed to microbial spores and water intrusion in their home, which caused them health issues, including respiratory issues, asthma, skin rashes, headaches, nosebleeds, things like that.
Jessica Sizemore-Wetzel is the family's lawyer.
As people, we value the safety and sanctity of our homes, and for over a year, this family was unable to enjoy that.
A spokesperson for Lincoln Military Housing didn't comment on the Huffmans' lawsuit. In court filings, they've denied all allegations. The lawsuit is still in the early pretrial stages. A spokesperson for Lincoln Military Housing says that they treat all reports of water intrusion or mold as an emergency request. In a statement, the spokesperson wrote in part, "If water intrusion or suspected mold is found in a home, we promptly remediate it and will enlist the support of licensed contractors and third-party microbial experts as necessary." Team 10 discovered at least 7 other lawsuits in
Slightly contradicting compared to what the military family's saying. As you know, the military family just said, yeah, we reached out to them and Lincoln didn't do anything. But in the filing with the court, they say, yeah, court, what we do is not only do we send in licensed contractors and people to remove the mold, but we act promptly in doing so. Really?
in the San Diego area that claim microbial spores or mold in military housing that's run by Lincoln or one of its other subsidiaries or affiliated companies. Lawyers for the Clover family shared these photos with Team 10. Their 2019 lawsuit claims they were exposed to excessive moisture, dampness, and humidity, as well as microbial contamination. In that case, Lincoln also denied the allegations. Lincoln's legal team asked the case be thrown out, claiming as government contractors, they're protected from being held liable. There's also this case.
My breathing was bad.
Classic defense in any case involving the government or their contractors. What the third party does that has the government contract is they go to court and they say, hey, look, we actually have sovereign immunity, meaning you cannot bring this against us. We have a government contractor defense. The problem is that in most cases, the business is actually not protected by that defense. They actually have to move forward with the litigation. You see this defense happen all the time. The most recent one would be the 3M litigation. 3M tried to hide behind their government contractor defense. Did not work. I don't know if that issue is still up on appeal. But these are some major issues, folks. The ones you got to look out for if you're a military family have got to be anything related to housing, lending, student loans, timeshares, automobiles, or anything else that involves a contract where you either have credit or some sort of lending component, some sort of financial component. And the reason is that service members and their dependents have these heightened standards under the Military Lending Act, meaning you get greater protections than civilians like me. So if a company is mucking around with the different types of financials in an agreement, or they failed to disclose something, you can actually get out of some of these agreements and get some of your premiums reimbursed and get paid statutory damages. Now, most of these cases are also done on a contingency fee basis, meaning if it's under the Military Lending Act, the at-fault party is going to end up paying our attorney's fees and costs. You got to keep a lookout. Everybody's in this together, and the more information everybody knows about their rights, the better off we'll be as a society. If you want to see us talk about more military issues, like and comment below. Obviously, subscribe. Let us know if you have any other issues you want to see done related to service member group life insurance, veterans group life insurance, any other military area. We're here for you. LegalBro out.